Welcome back, friends. Today we're diving into some of the most unusual crimes that will make you cringe. Grab your popcorn because these stories are wild. We're talking about the kind of stuff that makes you wonder, wait, what? Crimes so strange, so out there, they'll leave you scratching your head and wondering about the sheer absurdity of it all. So buckle up because we're about to embark on a wild ride through the bizarre side of history, law-breaking, and human behavior. You ready? Let's do it. Okay, you guys, let's talk about Australia. Beautiful place, right? But also home to some of the most terrifying creatures on the planet. And I'm not just talking about the spiders. In 1932, Australia had a very serious problem on their hands. Emus. Yeah, emus. Those giant, flightless birds that look like they could stare into your soul. Thousands of them were invading farmers' fields, eating their crops and generally causing a ruckus. It was chaos. The Australian government decided to take drastic measures. They literally declared war on the emus. You heard me right. War. They called in the big guns, well, machine guns to be exact, and sent soldiers out to fight these feathered foes. The soldiers set up their machine guns ready to mow down the enemy, but there was just one tiny problem. Emus are surprisingly hard to hit. They're fast, they're agile, and they can dodge bullets like it's nobody's business. The soldiers fired round after round, but the emus just kept on coming, like something out of a horror movie. It was a complete and utter disaster. The Great Emu War, as it's now known, was a humiliating defeat for the Australian military. They retreated, defeated, leaving the emus to claim victory. To this day, it serves as a reminder that sometimes nature just can't be tamed. And also, maybe don't underestimate the power of the emu. All right, let's talk about something that's both disgusting and hilarious. Picture this. It's 1970, you're strolling along a beach in Florence, Oregon, and suddenly the air is filled with the ungodly stench of rotting flesh. Why? Because there's a 45-foot-long, 8-ton sperm whale carcass just chilling on the beach. Now, you're probably thinking, what do you do with a massive decomposing whale? Well, the geniuses in charge decided to blow it up. Their logic? The explosion would turn the whale into bite-sized chunks that seagulls could easily carry away. Seems legit, right? Wrong. They brought in half a ton of dynamite, half a ton, people, and set up the charges. Now, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't be standing anywhere near a whale stuffed with explosives, but some people apparently love a good show. The explosion was something else. It sent blubber and whale guts flying through the air, raining down on the horrified onlookers. Cars were crushed by massive chunks of whale flesh, and the smell. Oh, the smell was legendary. It lingered in the town for weeks. The best part, the explosion didn't even achieve its goal. Most of the whale remained on the beach, leaving the town to deal with the aftermath of this epic disaster. The moral of the story: if you ever find yourself in charge of disposing of a whale carcass, maybe just call a professional. Okay, you guys, this next story is about a man who took the phrase flying high to a whole new level. Meet Larry Walters, also known as Lawn Chair Larry, a truck driver with a dream. Larry always wanted to fly, but he wasn't interested in your average, everyday airplane. He wanted to do it his way, and his way involved a lawn chair, 45 helium-filled weather balloons, and a whole lot of hope. In 1982, Larry put his plan into action. He attached the balloons to his trusty lawn chair, grabbed some sandwiches, a CB radio, and a pellet gun, for emergencies, and set off into the great blue yonder. I'm not kidding, this actually happened. Larry ended up soaring to a height of 16,000 feet, way higher than he ever anticipated. He drifted into controlled airspace, much to the shock of pilots flying commercial airliners who couldn't believe their eyes. Can you imagine seeing a man in a lawn chair casually floating past your cockpit window at 16,000 feet? Larry eventually shot a few of the balloons with his pellet gun and slowly descended back to Earth, landing safely but not without causing a major stir. He became an instant legend, proving that sometimes all you need is a crazy dream, a lawn chair, and a whole lot of helium to make the impossible possible. All right, let's talk about heists. This one, though, is less Ocean's 11 and more, what just happened? It was 1963, and a gang of thieves pulled off what seemed like the perfect crime. robbing a Royal Mail train in Buckinghamshire, England. They made off with a massive haul, the equivalent of over $60 million in today's money. The heist was meticulously planned and executed, with the robbers cutting communication lines and tampering with signals. But here's where it gets weird. Instead of making a clean getaway with their loot, the robbers decided to have a little party at a nearby farmhouse. They played Monopoly, ate, drank, and basically acted like they were on vacation. Meanwhile, the police were hot on their trail, following a trail of clues that led straight to the farmhouse. You see, the robbers had made one tiny mistake. They'd left behind fingerprints on a Monopoly board. That's right, folks, a Monopoly board. The police rounded up the gang, who were still in a post-heist celebratory haze, and recovered most of the stolen money. The Great Train Robbery became a legendary tale of both daring crime and unbelievable blundering. It's a reminder that even the most meticulous plans can unravel with a single ridiculous oversight. Okay, let's talk about a criminal who took the term getting caught with your pants down to a whole new level. This is the story of the Naked Bandit, a man who decided that clothing was just too mainstream for his life of crime. His real name was Andrew Martinez, and he terrorized the good people of San Francisco back in 2000. His crimes? Mostly petty theft and burglary, but what made him infamous was his choice of attire, or lack thereof. That's right, he committed his crimes in the buff. He claimed that his birthday suit was his way of protesting materialism and societal norms, but honestly, I think he just liked freaking people out. Imagine walking down the street and seeing a naked man sprinting out of a store clutching a stolen six-pack of beer. The Naked Bandit became a local legend, with people leaving out clothes on their porches, hoping he'd finally cover up, but he never did. He was eventually caught fully clothed, ironically, after a bank robbery. The Naked Bandit's reign of terror might be over, but his story lives on as a testament to the fact that truth is often stranger than fiction. Okay, you guys, get ready for a crime so cheesy it's almost unbelievable. This isn't your average petty theft. This is the story of a cheese heist of epic proportions. In 2016, someone stole a tractor-trailer containing a whopping $45,000 worth of cheese from a parking lot in Marshfield, Wisconsin. We're talking about 20,000 pounds of Parmesan cheese, people. That's a lot of grilled cheese sandwiches. The thieves vanished into thin air, leaving behind no trace of the stolen cheese. The case, much like the cheese, seemed to have gone bad. But here's the thing about cheese heists. They're surprisingly common. You see, cheese is valuable, easily transportable, and doesn't have serial numbers. It's the perfect target for black market foodies. The Wisconsin cheese heist remains unsolved, but it serves as a reminder that no matter how strange or seemingly insignificant, every crime has a story behind it, and sometimes those stories are just plain cheesy. All right, let's wrap things up with a story that's both hilarious and slightly terrifying: the Great Ostrich Escape. In 2016, 3 ostriches decided they'd had enough of farm life and made a break for it in Nottinghamshire, England. These weren't your average runaway farm animals, these were ostriches. We're talking about giant flightless birds that can run up to 43 miles per hour. They're basically dinosaurs with feathers. The ostriches sprinted through the English countryside, causing quite a stir among the locals. Imagine driving down a quiet country lane and seeing a pack of ostriches barreling towards you. People were calling the police, reporting ostrich sightings left and right. It was chaos. The ostriches, clearly enjoying their newfound freedom, evaded capture for hours, leading police on a wild goose chase. Or should I say, a wild ostrich chase. Eventually, the feathered fugitives were apprehended and returned to their farm. Their great escape became a local legend, reminding everyone that sometimes even the most unlikely creatures just need a little adventure in their lives. And there you have it, folks. Some of the most unusual crimes that are sure to make you cringe. From exploding whales to cheese heists, these stories prove that truth is often stranger than fiction. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more wild stories. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and always remember, lock your doors, hide your cheese, and whatever you do, don't underestimate the emu. See you next time.